Choosing an A-level college is probably the biggest decision that you've had to make so far. And it's important for you to choose a program that'll best prepare you, not just for university, but for life well beyond that. Now, when I compare my own experience going through O-levels and A-levels in Karachi to what I went through in university and my professional life, I felt like something was missing. And what was missing was the connection between what I studied in the classroom to its application to the real world. And because we're only studying whatever we happen to be good at, rather than pursuing what we wanted to do in our lives, all of it just sort of seemed irrelevant. The Nixor experience challenges precisely that. And on September 9th, 2008, Nixor was founded through the collective thinking of some of the best teachers that this city has to offer. And they all felt that a school should provide the resources and the support network necessary to give students what they need to succeed inside and outside the classroom. Now, it requires us to dig a little deeper, to find out what we really, truly are passionate about, and not just pursue marks and letter grades. And it gives you the resources necessary to accomplish that. You get out of Nixor what you put into Nixor.
I think that if you're a student who wants to go to university ready to face the challenges, then Nixor is a very good training ground. Because it teaches you to be independent, it teaches you to multitask, and it teaches you to approach life as a mature individual.
If they are serious about professional development in academics, in non-academics, then I think Nixor is a very good choice.
Now, there are several dimensions of the Nixor program that set it apart from those offered at any of the other options that you might have. Something you've probably heard is that Nixor discourages students from taking private tuitions. Instead, we have a one-of-a-kind teacher's assistant TA program, a support network that connects the top students with strong academic track records to the college community, providing extra help to the students who need it most. Over the years, the vast majority of students have found that this kind of support is enough to get the A's and A stars that they need down the line. With the kind of extensive support, tuitions they're just not necessary.
This has been a big milestone achievement that Nixor has been able to resist the whole culture of tuitions.
They are used to a lot more independent work because of the no tuition policy.
It's a great feeling because you know you're working with them and you know that they're getting a result, and the sole person who's helping them out is you. It's a great feeling.
There are countless advantages to this approach, and one, and perhaps the most immediate benefit, is that the student is able to spend more time at home with family rather than bouncing from one tuition center to another.
I think the TA program is extremely helpful because since we have a no tuition policy at Nixor, everybody needs somebody they can look up to or go to in order to gain academic assistance, and that is where the TA program steps in. And because Nixor itself also ensures the people who are best in every single subject are TAs, so therefore every single student who goes to a TA receives the best assistance possible within that college itself.
This ensures that students develop the ability to manage their time, prioritize their tasks, and study independently. And countless of students who are graduates of Nixor A-levels have told us how the TA program changed their approach to education.
Being a teacher's assistant, which vastly impacted the way I imparted knowledge to my friends when they were in need of help. And essentially that skill that I developed at Nixor is something that continues to help me throughout my time at UCL.
I think it makes you independent. I think it makes you build confidence in your own self. I think it sort of makes you just not rely on other people. And I think at university you need to have that, and you need to be able to trust yourself. If you were always pampered and tutored and you immediately were put into university, you would be clueless. But I think the reason I'm not a clueless freshman is because Nixor has already put us through that phase where you're self-reliant and you're relying on your own self and you're that independent that you can do your stuff your own and you don't need a tuition backing.
Another pioneering feature of the program is that every individual at Nixor can express themselves as individuals.
Nixor gave me a chance through house and corporate to be able to interact with a lot of people in terms of different skills. For house, it was housework. For corporate, it was more professional work. This helped me grow as a person because it allowed me to put myself in situations that I know that I wouldn't have done before.
I mean, I have been seeing the side of myself for the past few weeks I didn't even know existed. When it comes to leadership skills, communication, handling matters, and just generally, being somebody out there who is influential, somebody whom people can look up to, people can depend on. I wasn't aware that I had that potential within myself.
The one thing that stood out in terms of what I learned was the ability to read people and effectively communicate, which is like a life skill that goes on beyond college and high school.
Nixor is known for radically redefining the educational landscape in Pakistan. And with the introduction of the Nixor corporate program, students have access to another much needed resource to better help prepare them for life ahead. Nixor corporate is a bridge program that serves to connect the knowledge acquired in the classroom to the skills required in the workforce. Now, what typically happens, and this was the case for me, we just happen to stumble across some of these skills by chance. Perhaps relying on a mentor or a guide in the corporate world to help us through. At Nixor College, however, we guarantee that students graduate with these skills. They engage in a rigorous and diverse set of activities on campus that simulate the real world, managing real finances and taking on real corporate responsibilities. The program allows students to semi-autonomously manage over 20 million rupees, working across a diverse array of entities, including financial organizations, charities, and projects in art, in music, engineering, and so on.
They were showing us the video of the entire event, and the way these kids who normally in their own house would not do anything, had to cook for themselves, wash their own clothes, do everything, and build a house and school at the same time. That was really impressive.
Well, at the start, when I started my work at Nixor Hospital, I didn't understand ye log itni mushkil kyun karte hain? Why do guys go through so much as there's a khwari of doing medical camps along with studies? But once you get into the field, once you meet people, once you see how much your community needs you, you feel that you have to play your part, and that's the only thing that drives me, that I have to play my part. And being given this opportunity at such a young age is actually a really big blessing for me.
A part of NIMS, I've met so many people that I actually know that how to behave with certain people and how to behave with situations, how to handle situations, how to handle crises. So yeah, it has affected me very positively.
My experience at Nixor regarding being in Nixor government, adopt an orphanage or TA for psychology, all those things taught me how to find and discover my own hidden potential. And I know it sounds very cliched, but it's better to explore that at this age than finding about that after you're 35 years old.
If I would have missed the opportunity of taking advantage in Nixor of the ECAs that it provides, I think in my university life I would not have the skills to initiate different projects that I'm currently doing.
Well, one really good example of this is basically that from hospital I have developed professionalism, coming up with documents, making sure everything's on track, making things and making adjustments to different documents at the very last minute.
I think the ultimate thing that that I wouldn't have experienced if I hadn't done the different things I did at Nixor was the ability that it's okay to be a leader and a follower at times. I've had a lot of opportunities to be a leader, but also through different things like government, I became a follower as well, which ultimately helped me become more humble and also understand the value of being a team.
Look, your experiences should not be defined by the walls that surround you. It should be defined by the vision, the values of the program that you're embarking on. And in those terms, the Nixor College Foundation Program and the Nixor College Main Campus Program are identical. The teachers that you will find at the main campus are also the same teachers that you find at the foundation campus. Nixor has a very strong counseling program. There are dedicated counselors for each region. And now, Nixor alums are placed at universities all over the world and are setting the standards at these universities. Most student organizations in Pakistani universities are now dominated by Nixor students, be it on the IBA campus, at LUMS, and the likes. Counselors make themselves available to students in many different ways, all the way from helping them identify universities with the right fit for their specific preferences and strengths, to helping them with essays, with the mechanics of submitting the application, and helping them with career choices and selecting fields of study and majors at these universities.
Nixor Office of Counseling is one of the strongest assets to have in terms of applying to colleges. As long as students can come here and speak to somebody and sort of create some sort of relationship, not just right before the application decision is due or the application is due, but all throughout the semester at least, I think that those students generally do much better in terms of where they get into.
For counseling, it starts right at the time of application, all the way to the summer when students have been extended offers, starting with subject counseling, all the way to university counseling, the student application forms, help with essays. I think counselors for all regions are very available throughout the year, and we kind of help them assist in selecting the right fit universities for them.
From the very beginning, they've been a lot of help, not just with the application process itself, but even before when I was trying to decide a university. They helped a lot with that. And later on, when I got on to the actual applications, they helped a lot with the essays, not just grammar, but also with creativity and bringing something new that the universities want.
I think me getting into Cambridge, I owe it all to Miss Hira and her hard work because she prepared me really well for this. She even set up a mock interview for me with Sir Naeem, and she helped me. She researched alongside with me about Cambridge so that I was well aware before the interview about all of the facilities Cambridge offers and its policies and all.
I think Nixor is a bold campus, and I think it's a bold program, and I think it allows you the latitude to think for yourself. But that involves taking certain risks, and it involves challenging yourself, challenging your own boundaries. We've never been shy about challenging tradition, and any tradition worth its salt would stand up to challenge, and if it doesn't, then that's the one we need to move away from and think of better ways. And I would much rather keep an eye to the future than keep looking back and basking in the glory of our past successes. The Nixor experience is about that. It's different because we're not stuck in history. The experience of the class of 2017 is not going to be defined by the successes of the class of 2016. It'll be defined by what you're willing to do today for yourselves and for future generations to come.
Nixor is a philosophy. It's a lifestyle. It is how to bring your core personality out, how to believe in your own self, how to learn to make choices, learn to go by rules. And these are all for the benefit and welfare of the student.
The policy and thoughts of your dean or your admin, your core team, is totally innovative and positive. It's not only studies. They groom kid like a good person. That is the main thing why I recommend.
What students do at Nixor makes this school stronger. It makes this country better, and it makes us better human beings. That is the Nixor way.